do this show. I assume most people are in the lobbies. Oh, there's that button. Pop out chat, there we go. Let's go. A bit close for comfort. Let's go. Keeping it clean for the first lap. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Got some time to find, though. Um, didn't quite slow down enough. That's the problem. I really would like to move the brake bias on this car, but it's obviously frozen. Let's just jam on the brakes and see what happens. Even when you brake a bit hard, it just understeers and locks a little bit. How's your day going though, dude? Hope you're having a good week. One more day of work until the weekend, eh? That's unfortunate. Oh yeah, how's it going? Hope you're well, dude. So we're down a couple of attempts. We need to be up on a couple of attempts. Yeah, it's certainly going, man. It's better now that I'm home from work. We'll do one more lap and then we'll go into qualifying, I think. That's not a good way to go. How's your day going? You good? One more day till the weekend, and you're free, hopefully, from work. Oh, let's qualify. Not good stuff. Jesus. Sliding, sliding is slow at the line. You're going sideways, you're not going forwards. Well, that's not good. Well, nothing to lose. Let's just push. That could be it. Oh. Does Nimi have another lap to go there? That felt like a pretty spicy lap. Felt good. Well, the first race of the night. Let's see how it goes. Having a fuel. 14 laps, too much fuel. Yeah. Now what? That guy could quit? Oh, I got cryptic chaos in here. This guy's pretty quick. I'm almost certain he's going to be there with me pretty quickly. Hmm. 2 seconds up already. Never stop driving. I don't plan on. I stop when I die. Where's Cryptid to? I thought you'd been there by now. There he is. He's in fourth, 7.3 seconds. So he's 1.6 behind third place. Let's see how long it takes. Actually, let's look at the line. That'd be a fairly close representation of how fast he's going. 1.8 and 7.8. So 7.8, 1.8. What? 1.2 seconds for? I even lifted. How's he in second already? I gotta take it serious now. I don't want to mess this up. Again, every time. Oh, that's him on this race. With a second faster. No! Now this is a multiplayer lobby, dude. This is in the BRZs. How you doing anyway? Lap should be good. Okay, where am oh, he got a lap in. Motherfucker. So that low rock was pretty freaking quick, so see if I can move forward with that guy. Yeah, I kind of enjoy this game. Um, and it's a casual sim game where you just jump in and have fun, right? Don't need to take it serious or anything. I do like winning, but hey, if you can find a good group of people to race with, that's 50% of it, really. Oh, missed the shift. There we go, that's better. Oh, I didn't see. Where did he come from? This is def. So we get through this. God damn it, I missed it again. I like playing AC. Still some piss speed. What's wrong with this clutch pedal? Damn. Don't think I got one decent lap during that race. Clutch pedal absolutely sucks in this game. Hell me. Hmm. The manners again.
Yep, that's going.
Yeah,
Not
steadily going.
fucking lapped yet, even though I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes. I've got Nordschleife after this one too.
Are you in the Kailami lobby?
Yeah.
Alright, nice. We got that cryptic chaos guy in there.
Yeah. I've got the fucking tire temperature glitch for my starting of a lap thing here.
What, why they're always cold?
Where they're like colder than they should be. Like 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Sometimes it happens when you like
I also have that glitch
start
right
one of the
now.
flying laps. Yeah, and then like once you cross the start finish line, it'll like reset and they'll start building up temperature the way they should. But it's just like before you cross the finish line. It doesn't matter. Like if you know, stop and do a burnout and heat them up, they just immediately cool back down like very quickly to 100 degrees again.
Is it worth crossing the line and just skipping the lap then?
I'm not sure if that fixes it or not. I've never tried.
What kind of lap time we're looking for here?
Forgot to start the fucking rally last night. I don't know. So far, fast time's at 2:10.5. But I don't know.
Oh no,
Say I
but my
sat in the lobby and I had to deal with a phone call and some other shit, so I didn't actually turn a lap. Forgot to start the fucking rally last night. Like I had it all built or whatever. I just needed to start it at midnight. And then I went and ate and shut the Xbox off and stuff and forgot to come back and turn it on. So I'll start tonight at midnight and we can just have one less day for this one.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Hung hobo.
What, a
Fucking
205? Fuck off. A 205, I made a mistake at the top of the hill, yeah, but I didn't lose fucking 2 seconds. Jesus.
yeah.
Fucking dude needs to get laid. What a tryhard, eh? It's strange though, because I don't ever see him do
Yeah.
any of the tourist stuff.
Funny, he's like 2 seconds faster than us, and then we're 2 seconds faster than fourth place.
But I'm
He's
sure
1.3 faster than fifth.
if I didn't make that mistake, I would have probably been right there with your lap time, so at least we might have a half decent race at
Yeah.
least.
Mine didn't really have any mistakes. It just felt like it was my first flying lap.
I know this car can be a bit weird sometimes. It does like some weird floaty thing every now and then, just like completely randomly, and just really wants to push and understeer. I wonder if Cryptic Chaos is using the clutch.
Probably. This would be a track where it would
Yes.
be good too, since there's quite a few low-speed corners.
You're driving away from us. Excuse me, we're in the same car.
Yep. Yeah, fucking confused there for a second and broke way too early for that. 1.4 seconds for that? I guess I did kind of drive back around the, oh, cool. Good, he got fucked and passed by like 3 cars there.
Jesus Christ. Let's just run away and survive at this point, right?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm lagging a little bit, like everybody's like just shaking a tiny bit.
You're shaking a little bit actually for me. Actually, no, the guy behind you is as well.
Yeah, so it might just be, it might be lag, yeah. Wasn't the right call. Guy fucking rear-ended me into that corner again. So like we came off the corner and he kind of like drove alongside, and I just like moved over toward him, and he like turned away from me like he thought I was gonna hammer him for it. He's like, he knows.
I think Rolling Potato might be using the clutch as well.
Yeah, if
It's
you where
pretty.
drift is. On the 3-4 change, you just hold on there.
That's what made me glad about fucking anime fucking its gearbox up on Monday.
Yeah.
That's for all those times that you just fucking got a stupid launch because you've stupid clutch.
He's in second there or third?
Second.
Yeah. Feels like the shift wasn't worth it, but then I don't know. I had both fucking last lap I used third, this lap I used second both times. I just got pulled on significantly, so seemed to matter, I guess. Hopefully these fucking idiots wreck each other.
It's a lot of fun over the bump there, though.
They're trying. Yeah, he just keeps fucking running.
If I get like right in my bumper and into a corner, I'll just slow down.
Like the Fubar drift guy nearly turned him off of the final corner, like after they were already exiting. Gave me a run on both of them, but then they both just fucking clutch shifted and got back ahead of me again.
Double shifting like
or
you
rather,
should.
I lost my run.
With double clutch.
Yeah.
Been straighten his controller up. Oh no. No!
God damn it, I followed you.
Oh,
And I
bounced
got a
off.
penalty for getting overtaken. What a fucking...
Oh, what a piece of shit.
If it wasn't Nürburgring next, I'd already be done with this game.
Apparently the Nürburgring on Evo is pretty fucking good now with their new update.
Yeah. I still should just have the ACC version instead that doesn't have the stupid foxhole curve. Man, I was hoping his good luck meant that he was gonna fucking send it in here and just dive bomb this guy.
Maybe it's going for the last one.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know if he's gonna fuck it. I'm gonna watch him and follow. I'm probably gonna get another penalty. Yep. Captain Numbnut in a D class one. That has to be wrong.
It says Captain Numbnut's got ninth. Is your like
Yeah.
grid all mixed up?
With a 206.7 with a stock one.
No, it's 503B on mine.
Mine says it 354D.
I was saying the other day though, that the finishing screen order was a bit strange.
Yeah.
I hope there's not another glitch about to surface, like the game's breaking itself down.
Yeah.
The only problem with the Nürburgring right now is we can't actually get a lap in, so we are where we are.
Yep. Starting the shit. Like we didn't end up in the same lobby anyway, though. I only got 10 people in mine. Oh, now there's more popping
Uh, are you still with Cryptic Chaos and all that?
in. No.
No, no, I am.
Fucking Fubar drifts in here, but
There's only 2 minutes left as well. We probably would have finished from the actual lobby to try and get into another.
yeah.
I wonder if Cryptic Chaos is actually still working for them or if he got let go as well.
He
For
still has
someone,
the marshal suit and stuff, but I mean, like, he's never working for him. It was just a volunteer thing anyway.
was it volunteer for him, was it?
I mean, at least the marshal stuff is. Yeah.
And some of them are actually
You could, like,
hired
sign
and
up to
paid.
be one if you wanted to. Yeah, I think it was the other way. Like, there were some employees that were also marshals, but I think the marshal program is just like something that I don't know how you sign up for it now, but yeah, you can like volunteer for it. And DJ was one for a little while. Like Tristy used to be one. I don't know if he still is. Mako was one. From the Easy T stuff. Or who? There was another one that probably got fired from it or whatever. That because like he just said for like when the game came out early, he's just like, well, I don't even try to do my job unless I very blatantly see something happening. Because like if somebody messaged me in the lobby and asks, like, hey, why is this guy allowed to race or something? I can't spectate because spectate didn't exist at the time. I can't save the replays because the replays break all the time. He's just like,
Hmm.
I mean, unless somebody just rams into me or someone right in front of me and it's super obvious, I don't even bother trying to be a marshal at this point. And so I figured they probably were like Hey, don't say that. Like it makes us look bad.
I haven't actually known anyone to get banned off this game though.
Yeah,
I know the Forza 7, obviously, there's people who get bans all the time, but I haven't heard anyone getting banned from this.
yeah,
And it's probably for that kind of reason, like not, it's hard to prove it.
yeah.
So, Cryptic Chaos, Body Rolling. Oh, me! Where are you two? Oh, you're not in the lobby, are you?
Uh, yeah.
That's
I'm on pole, but I got fucking Fubar Drift right behind me, so he's probably just gonna run into me a bunch and was fucking clutch.
rip yours out and throw it in.
Yeah. Yeah, how much fuel do I? Whatever. Who cares?
Apparently, they're giving Max everything for the next race. So they're going to
Yeah.
they're going to turn up to the car to the point where it's going to be critical. So guarantee halfway through the race you'll have the lifting gauge because the engine's overheating.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems like that would just sabotage it.
Yeah, depends
I
how
don't remember
much.
when they have to lock that stuff in by though, for like the engine modes or whatever.
It's got feelings before
'Cause don't they have
practice.
like a range that they're allowed to change it? But it's is it before practice? I wasn't sure if it was like okay now it's qualifying, it's locked in or whatever.
The gearing has to be done before the season though, so that must be really hard to like sort
Yeah.
out. I think they're allowed eight different gear ratios.
Right. Yeah, I've got rolling potato and foobar drift in this one. Fuck. Just barely able to break the draft by the time we get to Quiddlebacher Hub, but I have a feeling it's oh good, and he got a penalty too. Never mind, I probably will actually get away. That means he must have fucked that corner up. Yeah, he did. He fucked a third too. Get fucked.
I'm currently chasing. I got past that body rolling guy. Now chasing after Chaos. It's 1.5 up the road though. The carrying is also closing on us. Unfortunately, Chaos is drifting away slightly, going down to
Yeah.
Foxhole.
Piece of shit.
Oh, the guy behind me fucked it on hit miss hit.
I don't understand how people brake so late with this car. Like, without the brake bias, it just understeers anytime I try to brake late for anything.
Yeah, I have the same issue. Maybe they got traction control turned on. Oh no, traction control, ABS, sorry. Might actually work in a car like this. Jesus Christ, just going up the hill. He's gapped me nearly a second just going up the hill.
Huh.
Every time I shift, I lose at least 2/10 to him.
Yeah. I haven't seen Robert upload anything in a long time.
Who?
Robert Mitchell? He was, like, the actual owner of Apex where Misha works.
Alright, I don't follow him.
And then... Oh, I really liked him. He, didn't really upload as much stuff about just, like, doing laps, but he did some of that, too. But he, I don't know, like... He had a lot of discussion videos with Misha about things and stuff that I thought were pretty interesting and, like, wouldn't necessarily even be a subject that I cared that much about, you know, somebody with BMW or something like that. And then I'd end up watching more of it just because the, you know, like, combination of fair and, like, reasonable and a bit of a sense of humor and being able to actually discuss things that are interesting instead of just rambling on about useless stuff. what he was, what made me think of it is he was gonna keep their old BRZ or GT86 or whatever it was that they had that was like.
Oh, is that the one they crashed? Or because they had a
Uh,
GR86, didn't they?
yeah, this one was an older GT86
Oh, right.
that they had, and it was like very dark gray with gold Apex logos and stuff on it. They used it for like I think it was a rental car for a little bit, and then I know he liked it a lot, and he said that he'd always forget how much he liked it. 'Cause he'd like park and he'd do laps in the GT2 RS or whatever, and then he'd be like, "Oh yeah, this thing's more fun, kinda, and it's way cheaper to run and stuff." So when they still had Apex, he said it was going to be like his free taxi that like he'd just go out and do laps in, and he's like, if you're hanging out at Apex and you want to go for a lap, and you see me, I might just go, hey, you want to go for a ride, and give you a free lap or whatever, because since he wouldn't be charging for it, he'd be allowed to take somebody,
Right.
and that was what his plan was, is just to have that one be like, if somebody stops by or whatever and says that, oh, they've already burned up their budget for their vacation or whatever and can't take a lap, well, you can give them a free lap in that or whatever. Because it was so much cheaper to run for tires and brake pads and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I
And then
mean,
he like showed up and like made a video and was like, "Hey, I've been building a boat." And then he just like hasn't uploaded anything since then. And I was like, I don't know, fucking a year ago or something, probably more than that now.
jeez.
All right, I don't want to do fucking Maple or Sunset Peninsula again. Fuck this.
I thought that was quite a good race yesterday, or was it not? I can't remember.
um, it could have been okay. I remember you were fighting with the Gingan Speed guy, and I just basically drove around by myself and fucked up turn two really bad one time, which was how I ended up completely by myself instead of just slightly by myself. Because you guys had something happen at turn one. I remember you said it was kind of a dick move by King and Speed or whatever, and then you guys were like 4 seconds behind me. And once I fucked up turn two, I was like 4 seconds behind the leader.
Oh, would you believe who's fucking in this lobby? Thinking speed.
Yeah. Rematch.
It's in the rain as well. Again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they just do them the same every time now.
God damn it. I did the check. I haven't learned from yesterday, so I guarantee you it's going to go just as badly.
One of my friends when I was in high school just got arrested like a week ago for trying to shoot the tires of a car that had a woman and a child in it
What?
to stop them from leaving or something. It's like, man, I haven't talked to him in fucking 20 years now or whatever. But it's like, well, I guess probably a good thing if that's what he's descended to.
Jesus.
Yeah. Which is funny because like his dad was a gunsmith, and his dad was like, I'm sure his dad is fucking furious because he was always like super anal about gun safety stuff. So like, yeah, shooting at a car with people in it, like I am sure he's absolutely fucking disgusted. I still don't know what to try to do for next season.
What, in Forza?
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
shit, am I actually gonna get the line? For... Oh, no! Oh, I don't think I got to the line. Um, I don't know. I do quite like that Lamborghini that you built. I mean, that
yeah.
could kind of have
It
interesting
feels like
racing.
it'd be a little bit more popular overall than like the Chevron. I say, I guess I'm like wavering a little on the Chevron because I mean, it seemed like it would be fun when we did a test with it when it first came out, like by forcing everybody into it with the glitch.
Right.
But then that was obviously a long time ago. And then the other day when you and me were driving, I mean, of course it's Road Atlanta, and we know that the curbs there are wonky as fuck with some cars, but like it was bad across the curbs there, I thought.
Yeah.
Which I guess we could just not go to Road Atlanta, but it made me suspicious. Like, does it need to have a bunch of suspension shit fiddled with and then shared for everybody to use? And like, I don't know
I don't know. I
if that
prefer it
would
the way
be
it was.
particularly popular.
I would think it'd be better just
Yeah,
to
and just
pick
like I
tracks
said,
that
just
suit it.
avoid the track that has the dumb curves. But
Again, though, it could mean that, hey, you don't use the curbs at this track this time. If you
yeah,
do, it's at your own demise.
yeah. I decide if it's worth the risk. And like, I started working on something that I don't know if like it wouldn't be for a season most likely unless we were to try it with that like multi-class but single class
Oh,
thing.
what the fuck? I'm on the front row.
But it's kind of like Bathurst themed. Yeah.
I didn't tell you
Did
that
nobody
was
else qualify?
Cryptic Chaos, dude. Oh my god, his launch was just ridiculous. Amplified by the rain.
Yeah.
Kind of wish I turned on the clutch for Nürburgring. Might have been able to give him a run for his money.
Yeah.
He only finished less than 3 seconds ahead of me, so...
Yeah. Yeah, and he's probably also like abusing the like super aggressive downshifts too that just jam it into the fucking red line. Somebody posted a video on Reddit the other day of them doing that, and like the comments were just like, "What the fuck, dude?" And he was just like, "Well, if you can't beat him, you gotta join him," kind of thing. Like,
Are they just using like engine braking or something, or what?
Yeah, basically just jam it down gears so it pegs it into the red line and slows it down, like into the rev limiter. I imagine it requires a little bit of practice to not overdo it, so that then you'll, like, lose control, but it's one of those things that, like, I never even think about doing it until I see somebody else do it, well, usually when I'm not playing the game. It's like, that's not how cars work. Like, you're not supposed to do shit like that.
Oh, he's gone off on turn 2. Bye, Mr. Chaos. Oh my god, the speed difference with the clutch is just ridiculous. He must be going at least 5 mile an hour faster. He didn't learn though, he did the same thing at turn 2 again. Ha ha! Hey, Kiwi.
It's going.
What's up?
Nothing really. I was doing the BRZ lobby, but quickly got tired of that.
What, the Rickers or just no one around?
Well, it's got back to the same track rotation as yesterday. But like the first race was fucking
true.
annoying.
Oh no,
And
there's one more
and
lap.
then it was the Nordschleife, so I stuck around with that. And then yeah, the next one was just right back to the same thing from yesterday.
I could have sworn that was the last lap. God damn it.
Did you handbrake celebrate?
No, but I put my hands off the wheel.
Oh.
Yeah, I lost all faith in humanity today.
Yeah.
Fucking government agencies, man. Because Shelby's 18 now, she's no longer considered, a minor in our care because she's not a minor anymore.
Yeah.
So she has to go on to her own fucking disability allowance, whatever it is, for autism.
Yeah.
And the cunt was just a piece of shit, man. Pretty much called her everything but a retard. Even because he's like an advocate guy that works with disabilities south and whatever the fuck they're called. He's like an advocate for, children with mental health problems and stuff.
Right.
And even he was disgusted by what they were saying and fucking, he made it a complaint to the head office of the government agency, not that they don't matter, but
Right. Yeah, it's the
fuck
kind of thing
cunts.
here you could get some TV attention for and get a nice big lawsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
I
lucky
still
they got
won.
security guards. Anyway, she's got to get another fucking medical certificate now. She only got one a couple of months ago. Now she's got to get another one because it's not the same, because she's got to change to the new thing.
Yeah.
Which is fucking inhumane in itself, like. Because it's not like it's going to heal up.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. That is one of the. Isn't that why everybody doesn't like the Autism Speaks or whatever one is? Because they think it's like curable or something.
Yeah, I
Which
think
is
so. Neo talked about them. I'd
Yeah.
never heard of them before Neo. Anyway, fucking cunts. So she's got a doctor's appointment on Tuesday now to get that, so that's another fucking $100 or something. Flip the ticket, the old doctors.
Yeah.
What'd you think of my mirrors?
Yeah, those
You
are
see
cool.
it?
Did you? Yeah.
My mate thought I cut holes in the fence. He came around, he's like, "Did you cut holes in the fence, bro?" I was like, "Nah."
So I was looking at in the picture. I was like, wait a second. And then like zoomed in on it. Yeah.
I pulled this cabinet apart and I had all these mirrors lying around. I'm like, I'm gonna break one of these mirrors, and like each one's 7 years. So like, fuck, I better do something with them.
Right.
Enough bad luck. Who's winning this weekend, Ross?
Uh, It will probably be Lando, but I'm not sure if he deserves it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. You pretty much count Ferrari out.
Yeah.
Mercedes
Michael
might
Massey's
go
coming
pretty
back
good,
for the stewards, isn't he?
yeah. Is he?
No.
He turns up in the Aussie V8 sometimes, in the supercars. Every now and then he turns up in the paddock. They really need to employ full-time stewards, though, eh? Even if it's like just 3, and then they have rotating with the others or something. So
Apparently
then
they're,
there's more consistency in the fucking penalties that they give.
apparently they're giving Max all of the engine, so
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Yuki, I bet you Yuki's job is to hold up the McLarens if he can.
if he can. I doubt he can, though. So maybe take
He's
one
a
out,
reserve
though.
driver now. They're putting Arvid in Yuki's car for
Yeah.
the first practice, I think.
Be interesting how hard he hits the wall.
I think he was about 1.8 off him last time he did a freak practice. Off max.
Okay, what to do now?
My fucking mum's coming down on Sunday. God damn it. Won't be able to smoke any weed or nothing. I'm sure she knows, like, but
Yeah.
unless she directly asks me about it, then I just won't say nothing, you know? Ask me no questions, I'll tell you no lies. Yeah, she's bringing my stepdad with her, which is just fucking awesome. He's a knower.
Oh, they've got the IndyCar series with the ovals.
And the
That
public
sounds
hoppers.
awful.
Wall riding. Get some victories on the wall.
Is there anyone even in the lobbies? I mean, I'm curious if there's anyone in the lobby, to be fair.
Well, there probably is. I see people say that they quite enjoy it, like on other places, but yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I fucking lied to you too, Morgan. Sorry.
Huh?
Oh, about GTA, I fucking lied to you. It's the 7th you gotta do it by, not the 9th.
Shit.
So that's Sunday. But like, if you do it with Rog or who, if you do it with someone, they get it as well. Like, you don't have to be the leader.
Yeah, I'm not gonna carry him through it.
So you don't have to do it. Well, they're fucking piss easy, mate.
Yeah. I don't know whether I want to fucking
I just
bother or
mean, like,
not. I guess.
if Rog was like, oh, I want to do it, then you could just do it with him, and then you wouldn't have to do it as yourself. That's what I mean. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my
We don't
tune
even know
setup
if
is
it's
not
gonna be a DLC with it or
not fast enough.
not. Like any missions or anything. Right, if it's just going to be 3 mansions and that's it, then it's probably not worth your time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. No one knows. They didn't even change the fucking sales and shit. Oh, they took away the Black Friday stuff, but they still kept everything else the same this week as last week. You can do the fine art thing from the FIB place and get 1.2 mil or something. It's 4 times pay. Just for the
yeah.
priority file or whatever. It's the
I was
real
gonna
easy
do
one
that
where you
just
go
because
in
I've
the,
never done them. I think I
Yes.
did one once.
Yeah. The fine art file's real easy. You just fly in and use your pistol and slowly kill all the guards until you get into the room and then just kill everyone and steal the
Yeah.
shit and get the fuck out. It's pretty easy. I can do it by myself, so you'll be fine. And the yacht missions are 5 times money.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever done those either.
No, not me either. Apparently you can make about $1 million an hour if you just constantly do them, grind them out.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Sounds like a job.
So it's like part of me is like, oh, I'll just do the missions for the mansion stuff just to play the game since I haven't much lately. Then the other part of me is like, well, you save $1 million. It's like I have $49 million or something. Like, what do I care? Like, I don't even play the game anymore. So saving $1 million is not really worth it if it doesn't sound like much fun. Which it doesn't sound like not fun either. It just doesn't. I'm not sure if it sounds like enough to do that instead of something else. So in 2010, Marcus Zukanovich, Alan Simonson, and Jason Bright raced a Shelby GT500 at the Bathurst 12 Hour.
Okay. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, but what in the fuck? Oh, perfect. Like, why? It just says.
That's why they did the race. Maybe it was when
says,
it came out and it was like they wanted to run it to show the new model.
Well, it wasn't Ford factory stuff. It was just some action racing thing, but. And like, I don't know if it would, I guess, but like in the description for it, it just says it was 5.4 Ford V8 was the motor. It doesn't say supercharged V8 or whatever, which the Shelby GT500 should have. Like the GT500 is a drag car, if that. It's not even a good drag car. Like, so did they just take a GT500 and put a not supercharged motor in it? Because that's not exactly. I mean, you know, there's a reason why people don't use supercharged motors for endurance racing.
Yep.
But I
Maybe
just
they
went to
made them
look,
take
and
it
the
out.
one that's in the game, you can put an LS3 in, but you cannot put like a Coyote motor in or something like a naturally aspirated one. Yeah, well, okay, this is a 2013 Mustang, but I'm pretty sure that was the same generation as that. And there's a 5.8 that it's got. So yeah, it must have had like a different motor dropped into a GT500 chassis, which, I mean, it would have had slightly wider tires. If I remember right, they couldn't put much wider. That's part of the reason why they were shitty drag cars, was because it had a big motor in it. It's just everything else was barely upgraded. Like it had more cooling openings and stuff, slightly bigger brakes, but even then not by much, and 10 mil wider tires or something.
Don't need brakes. Don't need brakes. What do you need brakes for?
I don't know what the fuck to do for any.
Brakes are bad for your economy.
Yeah, the only wasting picture when you use the brakes. Yeah, I've been like that lately. Fucking wake up just as tired as I am when I went to sleep.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah,
wake you to
falling
sleep.
asleep on my computer and stuff, and waking up with a sore neck and realizing that whatever I was doing is either, depending on whether I was watching a YouTube video or actually doing something, is either the video's over or whatever I was doing on didn't finish itself while I was asleep. So. What the hell? Wish they would just given us some fucking. So they're giving us the dumb GTF Falcon and the HSV. Just give us some base model V8 ones. Some stupid supercharged thing.
Fuck, 256 cylinders. You get the Skyline motor in the Commodore in the 6-cylinder range. You get the RB20. Usually. After they used the Buick V6 for a while, which is terrible, though. I was used that as a boat anchor.
Well, it was
And the
a
Falcon,
rear-wheel drive
Ford had
V6.
that. Yeah,
Like a.
they used
like
the front-wheel drive motor, but they turned it around, basically.
That's weird because like the 3800 series, like what they call
Hi.
it here,
You're right.
is a
Hey,
fucking
big girl, did you have a good
fantastic
day?
motor.
Sorry.
Like here, they were all in
47.
front-wheel drive applications.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
the 3800 series is what they called it. They were in like Pontiacs, and they were mostly in Pontiacs and Buicks and Oldsmobiles. But there were a couple of Chevy models that had them, like the front-wheel drive Impalas and stuff had them for. But like that thing's I mean, it's not a fast motor for anything, but it's a fucking fantastic motor. And the supercharged version of it that came in like the Impala Super Sports and the Bonneville SSEIs and stuff like that with this like it's even better than the naturally aspirated one is. I forget what
Yeah.
it is. Like on the naturally aspirated one, the only thing that's like a problem with it kind of is that it's like MAF sensor thing gets dirty kind of easy. Something about the design of like the air opening or something. But then the
Yeah.
supercharged version doesn't have that problem. And the only thing that happens to the supercharged one is that there's like this plastic cone at the front side of the supercharger that can break. And like as it gets old and brittle or whatever, basically. But a new cone, I mean, it's probably a little bit different today than it was 20 years ago. But like a new cone was like $30. And when it breaks, nothing would happen. It would just be a naturally aspirated one until you put a new cone in it. So it wasn't like it would leave you stranded anywhere or anything like that. It just wouldn't have as much grunt. Uh, yeah, it's weird that swapping it to rear-wheel drive. I mean, obviously that changes harmonic frequencies and stuff like that in the motor. I don't know if that has something to do with it, or if they changed something else on it. But yeah, here they were good motors, and they're like many years in a row they won best engine from. Fuck, what was that old magazine? It was something and something was what it was called, and they'd always have those like durability tests and stuff like that. They'd put
Engine
things
of the
through
year,
and,
suspension
yeah,
of the
all that
year,
kind of stuff.
ride quality of the year. Fucking yeah, they were bad for water pumps. They were water pumps all the time. Blades would rust out on the fans. There's like a little hose off there that always gets holes in it in the fan. And then they went to the RB20s, which is kind of cool. You could like take a gearbox from a Commodore and put the four-wheel drive housing on it and put it into a fucking Nissan Pathfinder truck, like a Torino Nissan Pathfinder. Yeah, all that was the transfer box on the back, and oh, you had to change the clutch pivot fork because the pivot fork's a little bit, the pivot point on the fork is too long. You can change it to a shorter one. Otherwise, you can't. When you go to put it in, it just binds on the clutch. It's actually crazy how missing they went, for a while
Yeah.
there. After they banned the Skyline.
I worked on something a little bit, but I just don't know what to do with it because it was like very clearly Bathurst themed, but I don't have any confidence in actually like using it for a Bathurst Crown Jewel next season. Not that the cars can't be driven somewhere else, but I don't know if maybe it would be a good one to do a test with the like multi-class but not thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not, they're like A-class cars though, so I don't feel like they'd be... What I'd like to do with it is make it A-class cars, but no traction control allowed. And then help use that as a balancing method, because one of them's all-wheel drive, the other two are rear-wheel drive. And... I mean, I guess the other two are both V8s, but like one's a big torquey V8 and one's a little higher revving one. So... I guess that that'd be kind of interesting in the rain, since one would put its power down effortlessly, while the other two would be a little different. I always preferred a big displacement V8 in the wet, just because the power curve was so linear. But for people who like finesse, I think all that like instant torque when they push the thing tends to make it actually worse than the low torque things that are peakier. Or that was always one of the things that was interesting in the GT1 days about Le Mans. It's like when it rained, like the Corvettes had big smooth V8s, and the Astons had the V12 that revs higher, didn't have as much torque and stuff, so the Corvette was usually smoother in the rain. And of course that's smoother for professional drivers. Like we need to not just figure out what to do for the season, but also figure out, you know, what we're gonna like start with, do a one-off, and then do a crown jewel, and then start a season, or what the hell the crown jewel is gonna be. I'm like DJ the other day when I mentioned that in the meeting, just like I just had said, like probably just keep the crown jewels we have basically, and you know change some cars or some tracks or whatever, but kind of keep the theme. And he just like sent me a thing with like my idea for crown jewels. And there's like 5 ideas, and they're just like random shit. Like AMG GT3 car at Hockenheim. Like, what? Why?
Yeah. But there's no reason that some of the cars we've used this year couldn't come back at different tracks. Like maybe you want to do a NASCAR or something, or you know, or bring back the fucking Mercedes 190E, or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the work's already done. It's just making sure they're right on the track.
Yeah.
Like if you get stuck, or
it's good to
2
have it
weeks
as
out,
a
and you're like,
backup
what the
plan. There's like kind of two sides to it. Like on one hand, it's kind of like, it's probably dying anyway, take away a little bit of motivation. But on the other hand, it's also like possibly our last chance to use a car or something, you know, that we haven't, like that we've wanted to for a while or something. So I don't know.
Even like that Porsche that we drove at Kyalani. Was it a Porsche? What was that? What did we drive at Kyalani?
For the crown jewel?
Was it a Ferrari?
A little Ferrari Dino, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I keep thinking it's a Porsche, but you know, I think I was doing that when we were racing it too.
I mean, it does look a little bit like the Porsche 90. Let's see. There's that one little mid-engine one, and there were like 2 models of it, and one of them had a little tiny V8 in it, or a little 8-cylinder motor in it that was pretty cool. We used to have it in FORZA 7, I think.
718.
I was trying to say 908, but 908 I think was like the... I don't know, their naming conventions are so fucking confusing. So there's a 718 that we've still got in this one that's kind of cool, but it was kind of like that, just a little bit newer, and they were coupes. There was like 2 versions of it. I can't remember whether the one had a 6 or a 4-cylinder, and then there was one of them that had an 8-cylinder.
Is that the one that looked like the 7X7? Well, the little Fiat that we used to have as well.
Maybe?
See, they're calling the Ferrari Formula One car, it's not the SF25, it's the Lyco 25, the Lifton Coast 25. Not the Scuderia Ferrari. Whatever the fuck, the Scuderia Ferrari. Scuderia Ferrari SF25.
Is Ford not making an engine now anymore?
They have a Formula
Were they
One,
ever?
Well, they were supposed
I thought they
to
were just helping with
Red Bull.
Red Bull
the
powertrains.
like hybrid side of it, yeah, and like the motor was still going to be like their design with their thing, but they were just going to help like potentially use facilities for testing stuff and provide input on the like the way the hybrid system works with it, like integrates with it and stuff. I thought was the thing that I saw, but then pay a lot of attention. So
You'd thought they'd be a little bit interested with Cadillac joining.
I think they might be more interested if they said we're going to put a fucking Coyote in it.
so it was the 904 Porsche, and then the one with the V8 was, or the 8-cylinder flat 8 was called the 904/8.
They're still V6s, so it's like an EcoBoost with a fucking Prius on the back of it.
Yeah. Yeah, they could change their involvement into Lincoln. It could be Lincoln versus Cadillac.
Yeah.
Also, how do we not have a fucking single Exige release in this game? That's one of those things that like always surprises me when I remember it. Well, we have other Lotus things, but
Not an Elise or an
in
Exige.
figures, because like we had them in the previous games. When the games, like in Forza 7, they all sucked ass. Like that game didn't do a good job with light cars or mid-engine cars, so you just added the two things together, and they were miserable to drive. But this one
was
they could
okay,
actually
though,
handle them.
The Exige.
The newer Exige in those was the least bad of all of them. Of like all of the Elise and Exige models. The Evora or whatever it's called, because it was a little bit heavier, wasn't as bad in the old ones, but
Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of. I get confused easy.
yeah, because now we've got the Amira and the Evora. We got the Esprit too, that thing's pretty cool. But yeah, not a single, I mean, technically the 311 is kind of an Exige with its roof cut off and stuff, but meh.
What's the one that sort of looks like a fucking Le Mans race car? At least, is it?
The Esprit?
The older one. Lotus.
Oh, the Elise GT1?
Yes, yeah, the GT1. Fucking, that thing used to be a beast in seven.
Yeah, that's a cool car. It has an
Do we
interesting
have that?
history too, kinda. Nope. Didn't get that one back, unfortunately. It has kind of an interesting history too, because they like tried to use it, and then it had the Esprit. The one that we had was like the road model, and it had the Esprit V8 in it. That was like basically just a Rover V8 with like turbos on it, and it was awful. So at the time, or then there was like a partnership with GM and Lotus kind of, and like they helped develop the top end for like the C4ZR1 motor and stuff. So they just got some Chevy V8s from Chevy to drop into the back of the GT1 car. So it was actually at like its most competitive with the Chevy naturally aspirated motor in it. But then compared to like the V12s and the turbocharged motors and some of the other stuff, it still wasn't as powerful or as reliable. And then they like scrapped the project and sold the chassis to the Hesmans family, who ran like PK Car Sport. that was like a big European like endurance kind of thing, and they turned it into a thing called the Bitter GT and put Viper GT1 motors in them that
Oh,
were
true.
also just not very reliable. And then they sat around and did nothing, and then like people bought them and converted them back into the like they changed the bodywork a little bit for the bitter things, and then they like converted them back into Lotus for historic purposes. I always like I forget the old guy that was part with PK or Phoenix Carsport was Twan Hesemans, but then I always liked his son. I think it was Mike. He was pretty old when I started watching by GT driver standards. I used to run like a they had some of the X Factory GT1 Corvettes that they'd run at Spa 24 Hour and stuff like that. And I always liked his attitude. Like he didn't seem like he'd get mad when stuff happened, and was always friendly and was usually a good driver that didn't run into people and stuff like that. So it was easy to like during those GT1 days when they tried to revive the sprint championship, it was so hard to like get invested in that because half the cars had drivers that would just crash into people and ruin the race. So you'd be like, oh, I hope like Mika Salo raced in a Mad Croc Corvette, and I always liked him. But he was partnered with this old Pertti Quizmanen guy that was like a Finnish businessman that invented the Mad Croc like energy drink. And Salo would always start the race, do a good job, hand it over to the old man, and like within 3 laps, the old man would just drive into a fucking gravel trap or something. And I was like, all right, well, glad I was optimistic about this one going well.
I watched the YouTube Supercar Gala fucking bullshit they put out.
Yeah.
Brock Feeney won everything apart from the championship, basically.
Yeah, I saw that on the
He
thing.
got the fucking, yeah, the Jim
Yeah, and who was
Richards.
the
He got
medal
the
that they like added the BP Ultimate something blah 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 presents the Barry Sheet, something like that kind
yeah,
of
the
thing.
Barry
Yeah,
Sheen
whatever.
medal, yeah. The Barry Sheen's been around for a long time, though.
Yeah, that's what it
It's
was like
same bit.
insulting that it was like not just the Barry Sheen medal, it was now the
Yeah,
BP Ultimate whatever.
it's bullshit. Just like the cool down room that they're doing now, like fucking
Formula One.
F1. Like,
Yeah.
it's cool, but someone's gonna swear.
Yeah.
It's not Formula One where they're gonna get a fine for it. So. I
Like
suppose
it's
still
cool kind of,
FIA.
but it also feels more forced now and then it's like I don't know, which makes it seem less cool kind of.
Yeah, especially when you spend 10 minutes talking to them on as they get out of the car anyway.
Yeah.
I upset Scott Pye. He replied to me and told me to stop being so biased. They did a Apex Hunters about the final and that, and it was pretty much 15 minutes talking about like it was an hour and 15 minutes or something. It was like basically 50 minutes talking about the implication of teammates on a championship,
Yeah.
which so basically Woody, and then 10 minutes of fucking engine failure. So I wrote 50 minutes of Woody, 10 minutes of engine failure, and that upset him. I'm sure other fucking V8 supercars or even Australian touring has gone down to the last race before. Because that's what their big thing was. It shouldn't have gone down to the last race. Like he made a
Right.
good point that like they should get points that they carry through to the end for each win that you get. So say
Yeah.
you might go into the final 50 points ahead or something, or 100 points ahead,
Yeah.
which is a good point.
Yeah, it depends whether it comes down to the last race through merit of an entire season. Like that kind of makes it more valuable, kind of, instead of just a reset at the end so that everybody has a chance, kind of.
Yeah. Like Feeney could have just opened the door and let Woody go. He didn't have to be racing him
Yeah.
that hard. Although Woody did come out of nowhere, pretty much. He was a long way
Yeah,
back
so-
anyway.
Yeah, and like it wasn't a move that was, like I said, that was like I want to finish as well as I can in this race. It was I want to disrupt this move.
Yeah, I want to get in
So
front
it's
of
like,
you.
yeah, like with how the steering is in those things. Like I don't know why, if your plan was to try to finish as good in the race, like your priority was to try to finish as good as you could in the race on lap one of a 70-something lap race, to put your front end between somebody's right rear and the concrete wall. Like that doesn't,
Yeah.
like yes,
Brody
technically it was
Kostecki
open.
says it's the wheels' fault. It's the wheels. Again, the wheels. Because they interlocked when he came back off the
Did you
wall.
see the wheel that they took off of Feeney's car?
Yeah, it was missing spokes.
Yeah,
and
that
shit.
thing was fucked.
It's still good to do another 100,000.
I mean, like,
Must have
and
been a vibration
technically
going
there
on
was
though,
kind of
anyway.
room
Could have
for him to
been
go
pellets.
in there, but like it was pretty clear from, I feel like, the line that Feeney was taking was that he wasn't just gonna step out of the way. Like,
The crack up
it wasn't
is if
like
you
it
watch-
was the inside was wide open until he closed the door. It's like, no, he never really moved back over to the left-hand side. Like he was kind of saying, like, I'm gonna fight this.
The crack up is if you watched last year's race at Adelaide on Sunday, Feeney does the exact same thing to Mostert and puts him out of the race.
Yeah.
At the exact same corner too. So I don't know if there's anything in that either, but yeah, 2024 Adelaide Sunday race. Because yeah, in that race, it was later in the race, so they come out of the pits and Feeney, Mostert had got out in front of Feeney, and Feeney came across into him and got a penalty. And then fucking it was about half a lap after that, Feeney tries to get in front of Mostert at the same corner, at exactly the same, ends up hitting him into the wall, back into him, and spins him into the... But like the FIA said they were going to give a $44,000 fine if they fucking thought that, you know, if someone tampered with the championship.
Yeah.
And technically Woody was found guilty because he got a penalty,
Yeah.
but they can't prove the intent. Like, that's the thing. They can't say he purposely did it.
Yeah, like, I really don't think that like he intended to spin
So
him
it's
out,
sort of like a...
but I just
sort of
feel
like
like it
that
was probably a
almost.
talk beforehand that was like, look, your number one priority is to help Chaz and get in there, kind of, and that it happened to end up with Feeney spun around, but
Yeah,
and the
for
way they
sure.
celebrated it in the pit lane too, or especially like
Yeah.
fist pumping and screaming and shit, like it was not a good look for it either. Like,
Yeah, but context of it though is that it was Red Bull and Walkinshaw.
yeah.
There's a lot of history there.
I was thinking the other day that it'll be funny if next season the fucking Super shows up and it just wins everything instead of the
It fucking
Mustang.
will.
How mad
And then at the
everybody's
last-
gonna be.
And then at the last race, the engine fucks out in it, and fucking Feeney wins the championship. It'd be crack up, eh? I do feel bad for Brock because, like, he could have won it last year, but the crash with Mostert in the pits got him
Yeah.
a penalty, and then he spun Mostert and got another penalty, so that made Brown win.
Yeah.
Could have won it the year before, but fucking Erebus were good. And then the
Like-
years before that was all Shane Van Gisbergen. He was never going to win it,
Yeah.
you know?
I don't like particularly like him, but I also don't really dislike him either. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, he isn't a dick, and whatever. So like, there's nothing wrong with
He's
him,
probably
kind
the
of, but,
most
like,
dedicated person in the whole pit lane. And I
yeah,
have no affection for him at all.
yeah.
He literally, all he does is fucking supercars. The man doesn't even drink alcohol, like.
Yeah.
For an Australian, that's not right, you know?
Yeah.
They're all drunk.
It's the same
They're
thing
born
here
drunk.
with like the playoff thing does, like with the late model stuff. When I say like Thornton has like an all-time season with like record number of wins for the year and stuff like that, and then gets a puncture and loses the championship in the last race because like he was to the point, if I remember right, for that season, he didn't even have to show up for the last 3 races, and he would have just barely
Yeah.
squeaked it out. And then yeah, he shows up and gets a puncture in the last race and loses the fucking championship because of their dumb playoff thing. It's like I feel like when that kind of stuff happens, regardless of whether he's the guy that you actually wanted to win it or not, you kind of puts you in a like kind of the similar effect to like rooting for the underdog kind of thing. Like you root for the guy that obviously got hosed.
Even while they're driving Mustangs, I won't be support Triple A ever. Oh, the funniest thing in the gala, Win Cup was going on about mistakes and shit in the highlight reels, and he's like, "Yeah, I've made plenty of them."
Yeah.
It's like, yes, you have. Oh, this other one people are bringing up is the Scotty McLaughlin, the year that fucking Scotty and McLaughlin and Lowndes came together and Win Cup won the championship.
Yeah.
Lowndes struck back and he got into the side of him and ended up spinning him, didn't he? I think spinning Lowndes.
I didn't really remember very well. The thing that I saw, like I saw somebody else mention about it somewhere else the other day, and there seemed to be a debate where it was like Lowndes fucked him up for the championship or whatever, and then some people were like, "What in the fuck?" Like, watch it without thinking about the championship, and it's clear that McLaughlin didn't leave him enough room. It's like I don't fucking remember, and I don't really care to go watch, but it was funny to watch them all arguing with each other. Like,
yeah, they it was like he fell back, and then McLaughlin didn't give him any room, and then he ended up getting spun. I'm not sure if it was the first year of the Mustang. No, the first year of the Mustang, it was like way overpowered.
Yeah.
Because they left it to the last minute to get it all homologated.
Yeah, and that
by
was
the
before
time they worked
figured
it out,
out
it was too late.
the aero balance stuff for him too.
Yeah. So they're
I
doing
remember
that
thinking
now.
that was dumb, and it's like I'm an idiot sitting across the fucking world or whatever, and the first thing that I noticed about the Mustang was that it has a giant fuck off wing on it compared to the Commodore. Then they were like, "Oh yeah, it has more downforce, so we got to change the Commodore to give it more downforce too, or whatever." And it's like, I mean, I don't know anything about aerodynamics, but I could tell it was a big fucking wing, so it didn't surprise me at all. And it's like I felt like somebody that is actually like their job to figure that stuff out probably should have taken more than 2/3 of a season or whatever to notice that.
Yeah. You know, they ended up putting weight in the roof of it. The Mustang.
Yeah. Like with the Camaro.
Right.
Which, can't possibly match the technology of a
spending-
dual overhead cam motor.
They're fucking. Hey, it's your van motor. Fucking, they're doing the homologation now for it. They're spending 3 days at Windshare. Wherever that is, Carolina, North Carolina.
Yeah, something like that.
3 days though. That's how long it's going to take them to do it. Apparently. It'd be 3 days just in one car, wouldn't it? To get solid numbers.
Yeah, I would think that.
There's no way that Supra is going to look the way it does at the moment. It's just too pointy.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Unless they
interesting
like
one.
put like fucking Charger Daytona nose cones on the Mustang.
And like it would be difficult for people to follow along to some degree Or it wouldn't for people who actually follow the sport, but I mean, like, for people who just tune in randomly, like the super casuals.
Yeah.
But like, it would be interesting, kinda, if there was a certain difference in the cars, to where like some tracks favor some things and stuff like that. But it's pretty hard not to have that when you have cars that, like, even the Camaro and the Mustang do that a little bit, and they're like almost the same fucking car. So you throw a Supra in
Yeah.
there, and like that thing's way different. Which is
Mm,
funny because it's now dead too. So like the Camaro and the Supra are both fucking dead cars.
yeah. The whole brand recognition turbo car thing is sort of dumb sometimes too, though. Like,
Yeah.
I have one idea, but I don't know how close they would be. Doing something like, you know how we do our current races where we have 4 races a night on a set of Corsa, and like a 1 lap qualifying for
Yeah.
each one. If we did like on one of the off nights, we just did a Group A touring car between the Supra versus the Skyline, and did like 4 different tracks. So we'd have to reset the lobby every single time. But we also qualify
Yeah, that's the
for.
other problem with this. So supposedly, in the early days when that glitch was discovered, the whatever Deutsche Machine, his like German league, they figured out that you could use that qualifying system to get around it, and it wouldn't cause cars to ghost. And then like a couple months later, he edited one of his posts and was like, "Never mind, I guess it doesn't." So I don't know if that was changed or if it just means that it did work pretty damn good for a long time, but it's not, you know, like guaranteed to solve it.
be interesting to see if we have the same problem at Akone, because it's
I don't
more
know.
than one race. So.
I don't know if you want to build the
No, it's
if you want to
all
build
one track.
the R32 real quick.
But like it's more than one race, so we'll see if. Or does it just not happen? It only happens
We
in the
haven't.
change room.
It can happen from doing the same ones, but it doesn't seem to happen very often. It mainly seems to be when the track like reloads, but we're not exactly sure whether it's because like sometimes if you change the weather really drastically, or alternatively, I think if you change it from um, 0 time scale and then turn the time scale on, sometimes that causes it to reload the lobby. I think those can break it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it can happen when doing the same one, but I don't think it has happened so far. It's harder, like it's rarer for that to happen. Okay, so what the hell? Oh yeah, I know what
So,
I've got on this thing.
oh, that's pretty. Uh, is it have to be? Yeah, it is. It doesn't look like it's actually too far from what I had.
Oh, mine was from when I tried to build it with the Holden for a Bathurst, like rain thing where half the race was going to rain, so the Skyline would be faster, and then the other part, the Holden, would be faster. And it kind of worked, but it was too big of a risk that we could get to the end, and so we
Where's
ended
my?
up never using it.
Oh, there's mine. So, the custom upgrade performance. So, fuel and air and engines both stock. Then race brakes, and then sport suspension and race bars and race weights.
Race brakes, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
What
a
kind of
race.
tires do you have on it?
Do you have a race cage on it as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then race tires with 245 front and back.
All right.
Then I've put
This is why I'm suspicious.
clutch, transmission, and diff
Yeah.
at the moment. And then I also put the hood street pins in.
All right. Well,
Because
yeah,
obviously,
mine's 643, so 60 PI higher. Do I have a hood? Yes, I do, and I've got it on. Fuck is the difference between this shit? I don't even see anything. This thing has a sport bumper that looks exactly the same as the stock one.
Maybe it affects
Same thing
the
with the
arrow.
rear bumper. Also has a little lip wing that's like a sport wing. That's also a factory like Nissan part. That's weird.
Funny enough, I can actually see your car change in the pit lane as you're flicking through the stuff.
So I've got 0.3 better handling, 0.2 better acceleration, 0.2 better braking. uh,
But is that
I
because
think
of the
you're probably
four-wheel
gonna need to
drive
put some
system?
power in that thing.
They've got the exact same power as each other. They're the same.
276?
Yep.
Oh, I thought the thing had
It does.
225 or something like that stock.
It has like 205, something like that. But I turned it into a 3.0 and then put something else on it, which made it exactly 276.
Hmm. Alright, I don't think this is gonna work, but we can run on a quick road. Skylines have always been kind of tough to balance in this game.
Yeah,
Like
they
the
were quite tough.
R34 is pretty overpowered, like stat wise.
Hard to do in
Like
real
you
life
can
as
put the
well. That's
same
why
width
it's so good.
tires and stuff on it as other ones, and it'll just be like 0.4 handling better or whatever than similar weight and tire width cars. And like for Bathurst this year, we could do. I mean, obviously there's other options too, but if we had some more people, I do have wheels on mine, but that was just from the last build. If we had some more people, then we could do the multi-class thing with like the XA Falcon or whatever, and maybe like a Datsun 510, because they were called a 1200 there or whatever, and they ran in class. Could also look at doing the 92 Falcon versus the 91 Commodore. There was something else that I fiddled with that I thought seemed like it could be kind of promising for it. I don't remember which one it was now. Oh, the 85 Commodore and the M6 BMW. So like we have a couple of options for that that are both multi-class or single-class. If we don't find anything that's easy. For Kyalami, I have... What did we just test the other day? Oh yeah, I tested something stupid that might be fun. Again, maybe multi-class. Depending on how dumb we want to make it. Yeah, so this thing's way better. So would the thing to do be to add weight as like the all-wheel drive penalty?
Yeah,
or add tire to that thing since it already has a handling deficit? Well, I guess we should at least do a lap here and see what kind of speeds we both get into turn one to see what the straight line differential is.
Oh, young fella Jamie came over the other day. He's fucking brought himself a PS5.
Oh,
Playing fucking Gran Turismo.
it's
He's
possible.
like, oh, at the start I thought it was fucking
Well,
shit.
we're gonna have to
couldn't
restart this.
understand it or nothing.
When I went into the tune menu, it must have reset my
Now
tires.
he loves it.
I've still got mediums on.
Now, what kind of speed did you get into turn one?
I wasn't looking. It was when I looked down, I noticed I was on the wrong tire.
Yeah, unfortunately, it'd be nice if they just bring Gran Turismo to the fucking Xbox, but
He said he's got some boosted up lance so that he's fucking four-wheel drifting everywhere.
yeah. They have some interesting like swaps and stuff that you can do that are cool, and like some of them are well thought out ones that are interesting, that have like a story to them too. So they're not just like a random generic swap that all of them have. I don't know how the system. There was a system for a while where like in order to unlock the engine swaps, you had to like gamble for them basically. So people were mad about that. So it was kind of like
Yeah,
loot box style or something where you had to do.
get AI to write a letter to Gran Turismo developers telling them that they could double their profits if they moved across to
Yeah.
Xbox.
Yeah, but then they'll be like, yeah, but we'd probably lose half of our sales on console sales.
Yeah, true that. We'll give them Forza in exchange.
Yeah.
I'm sure they don't want it. They're getting it anyway, I think.
They're getting Horizons, eh? So.
Yeah, they're getting the good one. I don't know, like that's some people say that like, oh, Forza Motorsport would be a flop on things. Like I'm not really sure it would be. Like like the same game, but it's also a little bit different too. So there's definitely people who I think would would like buy both of them and play them both, and people that would prefer Forza because I mean, Sophie excluded. I guess the AI in Gran Turismo is just fucking garbage, and it makes the races for the career stuff miserable. So they're all
Yeah.
basically lapping challenges where like they used to have those in the older Gran Turismos. Like there was one at Sonoma, and they gave you a C5R GT1 car, and you had to race against all these other Corvettes, and like the 50s, whatever that super sport one was called, that was blue with like the teardrop style head thing and stuff. They had like put that one on the pole, and it got like a 2 minute head start on you. And then there was like a
I'm
C2
sure there was a
Z06.
monster Suzuki one too, eh? Hill climb,
Yeah, there was the
Pikes Peak.
Escudo.
That monster, what's
Um,
his name? This is a
yeah,
Japanese
Monster
driver.
Tajima.
We didn't think of him the other day, did we?
Yeah. But yeah, then they'd have like a C2 Corvette, and there'd be like a C3 and all that stuff, and you'd have like 2 laps basically to run them down with a big head start. And I guess that's what most of the Gran Turismo 7 career stuff is. And they're supposed to be changing that with this update that's coming out and adding some actual races and stuff. But the AI is just brain dead and not challenging at all to race with. So, I mean, not that
126.
Forza's AI is good, but apparently it's better. They had
Yeah.
127. So straight
Fucking,
line
have you
speed is
seen the
not too
price
far
of them?
apart. It's probably handling then, since this thing, has got 0.3 more handling or whatever.
Some wider tires on the other one.
Yeah.
Well, and some narrower tires
Maybe
maybe
some
on the...
ballast in this one or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, this one 245 is like one click on this, so I think I'd drop you down to like 225 or something.
Oh, no, that'd be too much.
Let's see,
Fuck, have you
245
seen
down
the
to
price of
225.
consoles?
Maybe I could do a click up on the Super
Yeah,
instead.
yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like, if I'm getting a
I've,
computer, maybe I should sell my Xbox because it's probably like I only paid $330 or whatever for mine, and now they're 650. It's like I could make a profit on
12.
mine.
They're $1,000 here now. They were
Jeez.
600. When I brought the two S's, that was $1,200, and now you couldn't buy two S's for $1,200.
Huh. Yeah, so instead of them
But our
getting
money's
older and the
shit.
price going down, then
Okay.
We're still in a recession.
How about that
We
now?
we haven't
You've...
had no economic
okay. How about
recovery.
this?
I've got...
Did you
I've...
change anything on yours?
Yeah, I put wider wheels on it, so now we've got the same handling, and I've got 1 point better braking than you, but you have 2 better acceleration than me.
How far did you have to go for tire width?
265. to get the same as you.
Yeah.
So it's only what 20 higher than you, but then you've got 4-wheel drive rather than 2-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget change tires again. 3 laps of fuel.
See, the other thing that could be done is I could drop to sport weight reduction, so it's kind of like a weight penalty for the all-wheel drive. That seems like it would drop them quite a bit closer.
Yeah. We'll see how close they are
I'm
with
not sure
that
if it would drop
adjustment.
them too close though, because I think when I found this, it'd be like you need around 30-ish PI usually for the all-wheel drive car to be pretty competitive from like filling with my other cars that are kind of similar. And with that change, it would have only been 25 or something PI difference between the two of them, so it might not have been enough. Yeah, my cousin's
So if
getting
the
a
consoles are
fucking...
going up everywhere, it's not the tariffs, then, eh? Like people blame the
Yeah.
tariffs all the time.
Well, I think it can have something to do with that as a knock-on effect from the, like the chips and stuff when they're made in China.
Yeah.
Because I know that's what caused a problem with some of the computer stuff for a while. Was that the where the chips were manufactured to make the cards or whatever was what was impacting it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like my cousin with her kids and their Xbox or whatever, like they have a Logitech wheel for it, and like they're still pretty young, and you know they like when the one was playing for the first like 10 minutes that he played in a fucking LaFerrari, he probably covered a quarter square mile just holding it against the rev limiter, bouncing off of it, and doing cookies and crashing into bushes and houses and shit like that. So, you know, they're not really at the age, I think, where they need a wheel. But that's what they've got there. And they have a PlayStation. They have like 12 games for their fucking PlayStation. There's thousands they've never touched, and now she's buying them a PlayStation 5. Or did I say
Yeah.
PlayStation? Like, the Xbox is what they have. But yeah, she's thinking about PlayStation 5. It's like, would they like Gran Turismo? Like, well, it's got cars in it, but they don't want to race around tracks yet, so no, not really. Like, I'm better
They
off
like
just
Grand
buying
Theft Auto
them.
6.
Yeah, I'm better off buying them 10 games for their Xbox than buying them a new thing, because now their wheel doesn't work on the PlayStation. So,
Yeah.
you know, but she didn't bother to ask me before. She just bought it and was like, she bought it and then was like, was this a good thing? It's like, well, no, it wasn't. I was also really hoping that they were at the age where they really liked the wheel thing and they wanted another one so I could sell them mine and then upgrade to a Moza thing.
Yeah.
But now that's not going to work if they're going to have fucking PlayStation.
That's cool to see Advantage is still alive.
Yeah.
Hope he does come back.
Definitely brought them closer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe a drop more power for the Supra, maybe?
Skyline needs gears. The 4-speed, basically.
Yeah, the Supra's the same at the moment.
Yeah, we only use them second through fourth.
Yeah.
It is a Datsun after all. Change gear. Wait a minute. Oh, here she goes.
57.3.
59.1. Must have been cooking on that. Or we could lose
that
him.
I have built vaguely for her Bathurst is a charge or the Valiant with the Hemi V8 swapped into it,
Why would
and
you
then
do that to it?
cam,
The 6-cylinder's fine the way it is.
and then power cut, so that it doesn't need more than a 4-speed. So you can just use the stock transmission and whatever.
It's a Hemi 2.6. What are you talking about there? This is a legendary motor. It's got triple
Yeah,
wheelers.
I don't remember why it was that I changed it. I was trying to do something specific, and I don't remember what it was, and then it sucked, and then I was like, well, what if I power cut it? And then it actually was kind of fun like that.
I don't know how many fucking V8s I've beaten drag racing with fucking 6-cylinder now. We raced this one for like 150 Ks. We were coming back from the stock cars with them, and we just ended up racing all the way home. Just smoked them. There's like this town called Balclutha, and it's like down in a hollow, and then as you go up out of the town, it's like a 2-lane passing lane up the hill. And we're doing 120 mile an hour going up this fucking hill side by side, and we get to the top of the hill, there's a pub, and there's this cop sitting there in the pub car park, just sitting on the side of his car as we come up over the top of this hill doing 120 mile an hour, fucking side by side. Like, man, I just keep going. He got pulled out.
56.6.
59.0.
Falcon got pulled out. It ended up throwing the fan belt off, so we had to stop.
So we need
It's
to
getting
scrub
hot
you
and the
2
lights
and a
were
bit
starting to dim.
seconds.
What the hell?
And is it better to keep speeding the Super up, or is it better to just go back to the last Super build and then, like I say, give this thing a sport weight reduction
Yeah,
instead
I
of the
mean,
race weight reduction and drop it back?
yeah, maybe. Or we could keep it exactly like
I
this.
mean, like, better for everyone in the sense that
But the pro drivers have to drive the Supra, and the AM drivers have to drive the uh, the Skyline. Chuck some sport weight reduction and see what happens.
They did build some
now I'm sure
prototype
the sport
V8
reduction
versions.
won't be too much. Doesn't
They just
I haven't
used the
seen it in a
340
while
wedge.
now. Wasn't it? Didn't Crix have a V8 in it for Touring Car Masters? That black one that he had.
Yeah. I think he went to a fucking 440
That's a big jump.
or something like that.
Yeah, so that's why I was thinking back at your stock, or not stock PI, but what you had before you tried this upgrade. Because then yours was like 585 or something.
Well, don't forget we are trying to find over 2 seconds though as well.
Yeah.
Let's just do a lap and just see, has it gone too far?
Oh,
Oh dear.
I did it again.
I thought the
Erase,
lobby
there we
broke
go.
then.
The habit from playing single player, like when you click on start the test drive, and then it's got that shit where it like plays your driver walking down the pit lane, so I just spam the A button to like skip it. So I push start, and then as the screen fades out, I'm like already pushing the A button to skip the fucking thing, but because it's multiplayer, it just causes it to cancel and jump back into the lobby. Like, people who don't understand that stuff fucking infuriate me. Like, you go and you read on some of these boards or stuff, and they're like, I just played Forza today, and you know what was a really cool feature? The way they showed your driver walking down the pit lane and fist bumping people or whatever. And it's like, oh my god, like, was it a cool feature the very first time it happened? Still kind of no, but I at least get it for someone who doesn't play video games. Be like, oh, that's cute. And meanwhile, after playing this game for fucking 2,000 hours, whatever bullshit I've got in this thing, if if I never saw that again, I would be so much happier. Like, I've probably wasted more of my life watching those dumb bullshit cutscenes or like cutscenes than the people that are saying that they're cool have actually played the entire game for. It's like, fuck off.
It'd be more funnier if he walked out down the pits and started giving everyone the fingers.
Yeah. If you could choose what your garage
Walk
pit
up and
walkout
punch
thing
some
was.
Punch a mechanic as you walk out.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Think about it, like a WWE style like wrestling intro thing. So it's like it plays a song of your choosing, and you like choose what your walkout is. He does like what's the what were those fucking guys called? The like Tupac and the other one where they do that like crotch slap thing, you know, where they like the hip thrust and
Yeah.
an appropriate motion like that. Yeah. I have a thing where like it suggests that you sign a woman's titties or whatever. Like a woman runs up and it's got her back to you or whatever, and she like pulls her shirt open, you like scribble on with a Sharpie and I want to make a racing game, damn it, and just do stuff like that, and like a have it be kind of awful but sort of amazing
Set
at
up
the
a
same time.
crowdfunding to buy Turn 10. Put it on all the forums and shit.
I also want to make a rally game that's like first person only, but you can get out of your car. And it's like the old style crowds that like pour out into the track, and you can just run them over. But you've got to like follow the rules where it's like if you strike a spectator, you have to get out of it. Like you have to stop and go check to make sure they're okay or whatever. And just make like a terrible version of it where it has like one of those mini Doctor Sim games kind of things. What's that one that they have on the Xbox that's like terrible? And the point of the game is that the controls suck ass, so you're just like hacking up the person you're supposed to be working on by accident. Kind of like that. So it's like, oh, we gotta fix this guy's leg. We broke his leg or whatever. And you just, yeah, use duct tape and a fucking tree branch or whatever to try to fix it while you're losing time in the rally. And get a funny, like, kind of drunk sounding Irish guy for a co-driver. Then have options like the next download content adds a fucking Scouse guy or whatever, and you just can't understand most of what he's saying. Are Scouse people really embarrassing for British people, Ross?
I wouldn't say they're embarrassing, they're just fucking annoying.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Well, like here, as Americans, there's like the extra southern inbred drawl kind of thing that we kind of go like, God damn it, like this is what foreign people think Americans sound like. I wasn't sure it was like that with Scouse, where like, God damn it, I hope foreign people don't hear these guys and think we're fucking retarded over here or something.
No, I think
They have that
the
one
royal family
UFC
kind of fixed
fighter,
that
the
for us.
Paddy Pimblett. Yeah. I love that one Paddy Pimblett guy with like his bowl haircut and his like stupid Scouse thing that he like plays up a little bit. And like every once in a while he says something funny. But a lot of times it's just like, God, imagine living in an area where you had to listen to people who talked like that all the time. Like, have you seen that Sacha Baron Cohen movie with the like spy thing and the I don't remember.
Oh
what
yeah, yeah, I did. Yeah, I
area
know what you're talking about.
they were supposed to be from. Yeah,
Oh, what
that
is
was a
it
pretty
called?
funny movie. The part where like Mark Strong character gets captured and he like slowly is talking himself, like the terrorist guy who captured him or whatever, into releasing him. Like he's asking about his family, you know, and like, do you really want to be in this war? You should just go home and spend time with your family while you can and stuff. And like right as he's about to be like, you know what, you're right, I'm just gonna untie you. He just like the fucking Sasha scare just walks in and shoots the guy right in the head. And it's like, oh, this is amazing. I get it now. It totally removes any guilt from you. And like all that work for it. Well, this is closer in lap time, but I also feel like it wouldn't be possible for me to actually overtake you at any point in the track without you just fucking something up.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe this car just needs a little bit of ballast so you can reel it in the straights. Because the handling seems almost a bit closer, doesn't it? What do you think? Do you think the GTR needs a bit more power, or do you think the Supra needs a bit of ballast?
Um, well, if the Supra's already 50-50, then the ballast doesn't really matter. But if it's not 50-50, then we probably should add power to the Skyline.
It might be 50-50 already because of the weight reduction. Let's have a look.
Because if so, then that doesn't really matter. But like the Skyline, even with race rate reduction on it, it was still 54 or 46 or whatever.
It's 51.4.
Yeah, so it's not too far off. I might as well just let's see what I can do that's like the smallest power jump that it can get. That would be intercooler, which also adds a little bit of weight. So, or oil and cooling, which was also weight.
The thing is, it's kind of cool that they both got 276 horsepower.
Yeah.
What's your current weight now?
I say I have wheels on mine just because my last one I can go stock wheels. Swap those back. So swapped back to stock wheels is 3 PI lower. That's 3128. So what do I do here then?
If I go
There's
to light
that.
ballast, it goes to 2962, and I lose about 10 PI. I think that might be a bit. Do you think? Well, do you think 10 PI would be too much?
I don't know. I mean, I'd be looking at adding about
What
10
is the
PI worth of
PI
power with
relative to?
any.
How can you even sort of like with the PI? What does it mean for lap time?
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of hard to quantify.
it's different to everything, isn't it?
Yeah, in this game though, the PI does work as a better reference, assuming that the cars are like within a kind of
Similar build.
logical window. Yeah, like a sort of
Yeah.
similar idea of a car, you know, like a Mustang and a Miata, the PI means very little for, but a Mustang and a Camaro, like it can I mean not always, but it often is pretty close actually. That's the thing with like all-wheel drive cars. When they're handling build oriented, they need like for my M3 and Supra and stuff, like the all-wheel drive cars needed to have 35 or 40 more PI to be able to keep up. And I've kind of found that for a lot of this kind of like B and A class kind of stuff, unless they're power build things where they like the all-wheel drive is actually necessary to put power down smoothly, then
Let's try with
so
the
you're
light ballast.
585, so that puts you kind of like back where you started PI wise, just with wider tires and stuff now. And like sometimes I'll use PI just as a like ballpark when I'm throwing parts at different cars, just as a starting point for my initial build, and it's surprising how often it's like, wow, these things came out really close right off the bat. I think that's the way my M3 and Holden thing came out with. I think there was one PI between them just with my initial builds following kind of logic for stuff, and it ended up pretty good. That was the same with the Falcon and um, the Monaro that I fiddled around with. It was like 3 PI apart or something, just guessing kind of.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah, farm restart.
What, did you forget to put
I
race tires
changed to
on?
sport tires or whatever, or to soft tires, and then I went back to check something, and I don't remember what it was now even. And like I was supposed to remember setting this again and being like, all right, I'm good to go. Oh, he left the lobby.
Oh, starting multiplayer. Joining multiplayer. Failed to connect to multiplayer. Okay.
What is the time there? It must be like 3, 4 a.m.
2:30.
Not true. That's not too bad for you.
Yeah, I do have a full day of work tomorrow though.
I tried to have a day off the other day and ended up doing shit.
Yeah, it's only 12 hours. My body will cope. One day.
How many monsters are you going to get in by then?
Oh, it'd be at least a case, right?
Fucking lay off the monsters, man. It's all sugar.
No, I drink the non-sugar ones.
Oh, that's even worse. That's aspartame or whatever.
It's only a carcinogenic. You can only die from cancer once, though, right?
Everything gives you cancer, though.
That's it.
Cell
Yeah.
phone will give you cancer. You're
I can't
actually
remember what the
born with
context
cancer.
was,
Cancer,
but
cancer is a mutation of your DNA. You're actually born with it, and it's just something will trigger it that makes it happen.
I can't remember what like the context was because I didn't really care or understand that much. There was somebody like that I'm subscribed to on YouTube that used to upload car videos, and for some reason they started uploading a bunch of random shit now. And they had one video that was ranting about some sort of Canadian thing or a Canadian Californian thing that had passed, and they titled the video "Known in the State of Cancer to Cause California," and I thought that was a funny way to. Forgetting to change my goddamn gears too. I'm not really sure if it'd make that much of a difference though, just because of the way the power bands are on these things.
I would keep it the same right now because I expect the actual... They're probably quite similar from stock, which makes balancing them probably a bit better.
Like I say, the only reason why I'd be inclined for next season to risk doing C-Class back-to-back and doing the Miata and the Vauxhall thing is that if that system works good, then that could open up a bunch of options that we might not do otherwise for future seasons as we run it out. Say, it would mean that we wouldn't have to worry and like stress as much about the balance of the cars if that kind of scoring actually makes it end up okay,
Yeah.
which would be kind of nice. But like I said, I filled around with some like one-off builds to try for a one-off night. But yeah, that'd be annoying because we'd have to try a bunch of different tracks to make a new goddamn lobby every single time. And none of the things that I tried out seemed to work as good as the Miata and the Vauxhall.
Yeah, sometimes it's just meant to be, eh?
Yeah.
But that's the one.
But I do think that Lamborghini could be pretty fun too, though. We should have other people drive it. I think me and Ross are the only ones that have... Oh, and Troy, but not that Troy's going to race.
The stupid Trofeo.
Yeah. And I do think, I mean,
once
again,
you've
we
driven
talked
one,
about the
you've
other
driven
day
them
about how, like, it's kind of hard to find motivation to paint much stuff when the game's probably dead. You're not going to be able to reuse the logos and stuff, but I do think it's a car that if we wanted to try to, like, up our promotion stuff as other leagues are starting to shut down or whatever, would probably look pretty cool painted up a few different ways to make a, you know, promotional poster kind of thing for.
Yeah. One good thing about the FORZA stickers is you can, like, if they're ones you've made for yourself, you can put them into a PDF file and they fit perfectly. And the grids for like printing stickers and shit.
Overshooting that fucking thing.
But we'll have Horizon to use them surely.
Yeah, the
Some of
whole
the stickers.
thing though is like, I mean, I don't know. I guess like if I'm gonna be not using
There'll be
the
a lot of
Xbox
stickers we'll never
much,
use.
yeah. That's the thing. Is like I don't know if I've ever put a livery on a car in Horizon. I just paint them and leave them as road cars mostly, and I don't usually build stuff with slicks and race parts. I just drive, you know, like if I had one of these things, what would I do? Like lower the suspension an inch and, you know, paint it a nice color and put an exhaust on it or whatever. It's like, there we go. I just go drive it. So I usually don't throw a bunch of stickers and stuff on my thing. But then again, yeah, I don't know. Like if there's no good alternative for Forza and we do end up actually having Horizon races for people who don't have wheels on PCs, then, I mean, I don't know, maybe there would be a use for them there. Oh, touch that curb.
I'll let you catch up.
Yeah, who knows what they're gonna do for Horizon 6 track, or like, you know, their editor thing. Whether they'll have a bunch of new tools in it, or I think they kind of realized with this one that they could utilize that to sort of artificially extend the game's life. Like, oh, it's been 5 years, we're still on the fucking Mexico map, but hey, you can make all your own stuff on this new thing. And then if it's, what do you call that? What do they call it? Creator Island or whatever the fuck that thing is. In theory, that area should be able to be replicated over to 6. So you might even be able to import your Creator Island designs into 6. Already have stuff off the bat. And yeah, people are making some pretty cool shit and pretty detailed stuff. But speaking of which, I forgot to go talk to Subi kinda. I was in a party with them, but a week ago or whatever. I don't know if he ever finished his Okayama that he was working on. Say he was making like one with fucking radar imaging to like figure out make all the corners exactly the right degrees and all that kind of stuff. So like if people are building stuff like that, then there would be circuits to race on.
You know what? That's pretty close on lap time, and I don't know. That was pretty good,
Yeah.
I think.
We could do a Horizon thing over the Christmas break if you wanted to.
Well, yeah, I don't know how that would go now because we'd have to see who still has Game Pass stuff.
Because all I'd have to do is just delete something and download it.
Right.
But, you know, I'd do that for a night.
I don't know if
Put
it
it
would
back
be
again.
very constructive though, really, because I think that right now there's an alternative. so people wouldn't be willing to try it out. And that's what I always found is that like you can have fun races on there if people just go into it with the right attitude. But most of the time, people show up with this like, I don't fucking care. This is stupid fucking Horizon. Like, I didn't build any cars. I'm just gonna drive other people's shit. You know, that kind of thing. And it sort of ends up like, defeating the point of even trying to do it if people are gonna show up and not try to have a good time. But when when there's no more Forza Motorsport to play and it's like this or nothing, maybe that'll make them go into a little bit more of an open mind. It's only 6:44, but it feels much fucking later than that.
Yeah. What do you think about those two though? They're not far off.
Yeah. The Skyline drives okay. Yeah. I'm not sure if I'd want to drive it if I'd take the Supra, but
I thought the Skyline would be easier for people to
it's
drive.
definitely easy to drive. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely very easy to drive.
For a one-off thing, I think it'd be kind of cool if we had like lobby settings saved, so we'd just have to open a new lobby each time if we were to do 4 different tracks.
Yeah. Yeah, and like if people are paying attention, it's really not hard to do. But it's just annoying when you have people that don't pay any attention and like, oh, are we supposed to be in the new lobby? It's like, yes, that's why I said I'm opening the new lobby and I sent an invite out to everyone. Like that should have been your hint, kind of. So like as long as people are paying attention and staying on top of it, then it doesn't take that long.
Google's already made the poster for it as well.
Except for it called it a GTGR Skyline.
Well, Google's not perfect. The rest of it looks pretty good though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny how good it's getting at doing certain things.
What's your thoughts on that, Kiwi? Super first Skyline?
What's that, mate? Sorry. Yeah, sounds alright. Rice burners?
Just make it like touring car spec. What tracks would be good for touring car though? And just make them like 10 to 15-minute races.
Well, you have to do Suzuka.
Yeah.
Bathurst.
Yeah,
Skyline
Bathurst and
dominated.
Spa.
Yeah.
Like this XL Skylines, yeah, when it's Spa and stuff.
Yeah, Spa would be a good one. Fucking Grand Oak might even be a good one for them. Both a big one.
Yeah.
Like Coney. Let's switch it to a Coney's quickly, see what they're like in the draft at top speed. I mean, we could add another car, but I kind of don't want to do too much balance work. Just make it simple with two.
Yeah.
And like these are the two big hitters, right? Of the Japanese.
I mean, the Supra wasn't.
Uh,
Yeah.
well, the R34 become quite a big hitter though, didn't it? Not the R34, the
Yeah.
94, the 94 Supra.
Yeah, like the Mark III Supra existed, but like it wasn't that successful as a Group A car, but it was more successful. Like it did pretty good as a production car in Australia for like Bathurst 12-hour or 6-hour, whatever the hell they called it then. I think Neil Crompton won 1 year in Supra.
I was a little bit sideways then. Well, too deep.
Even though we didn't race them here before, it's like my brain's still on like race weight reduction breaking points. They kept doing it at the hairpin at Kyalami too. And do it here too, but it doesn't really matter because it's turn one.
Oh no, I cut the track slow. Oh, no penalty. Let's do that one. Okay, that's not the braking zone.
I should be doing stuff, but I just can't be fucked.
Yeah.
Pretty close. Did you get that lap time without my draft?
I don't know. I guess which slap I got it on.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to call it a day, but I'm definitely down to working on these two for some event. Unless you
Yeah.
think they're too good to use for just a one-off, but I think nice and close, not too far apart. I think people will be happy with the choice of cars.
Yeah.
Cool, kind of cool
I'll
nostalgia
definitely
sort of.
tick the JD inbox, eh?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've done anything apart from the Nissan, I suppose.
Well, except the one that we're
Yeah.
kind of really doing now.
Well, yeah.
And the
They even have.
BRC.
I haven't really done much with older ones though.
Not the cooler ones, anyway.
Yeah.
Do we have the little Datsun fucking 1800 or 1600 or whatever it is?
510.
Oh, we got the 510.
Yeah. And there's a.
Versus the Honda with the jelly turn.
Oh yeah, we have that one too. The 2000 Roadster or whatever it is. I think I have the Datsun built as another like hypothetical Fujimi Kaido car. If we were to try to do a Fujimi Kaido event. Because I built a handful of things like that, all with the idea of making them so that they're small enough that they can actually kind of be raced and not overly gripped and stuff so that you're just attacking every single corner. You gotta still drive them smooth and
I wonder if
so,
these are too
avoid
fast.
Point to point style, or we say multiple laps of Jimmy.
Well, I was thinking, do you think these are probably
Well,
too
I
quick for Fujikado?
yeah. See, I don't think that like cars with slicks and stuff race good there, because you have to like brake so late and corner so fast to make use of the time from the slicks. So I just think it's better to drive cars that have like kind of shittier tires there, because then it's more about getting off the corner good rather than attacking the apex of the corner, which makes it hard to race with people when everybody's driving in and braking at wildly different points with different level of confidence. So like doing something like I have like a 74 Celica, or not Celica, what's that fuck it, the Corolla. I do have an AE86. Those are built specifically for it. Yeah, I think I have one of those little Datsun Roadsters
Yeah.
and a few things like that I was thinking. I was trying to figure out a way to do it. Because, like, if we just make it like a time trial or a rally or something, then people are going to be like, oh, I can't keep up with those guys. I'm not even going to bother, kind of thing. So it has to have like some element of a race. However, having us all just dive into turn one, like that seems like it's asking for a mess.
What if you did it? Can you do roll off delay per row, and then use the actual overall finish time? So like you might start on the 8th row, but you point to the end of the lap time is what actual puts you where you are, not the where you finished on the track.
So yeah, that's something that I was thinking we could do. We can't do roll off delay by row. What I was thinking we could do is have like a qualifying thing. I'm not sure how we do that, whether we do an entire lap or figure out some other way to do it.
Hakone, qualifying lap at Hakone.
Yeah, qualify Hakone, and then we drive from there to the circuit or whatever. And then invert the grid, but then put like a 10-second roll off delay or something like that between them. And now that we can do manual grids, we can actually control that. We can calculate how much time to take off of someone based on their starting position. If the game doesn't already adjust for that, I can't remember whether this one counts overall race time as from the time that you cross the line in your car or from the time that the green flag is waved.
If it was a single lap race, though, you could just use fastest lap.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. We could do that. But then, yeah, having a little bit of like an endurance element in it so that there's like, anything could happen. Like if you crash at the wrong point or whatever, then that might entice people to actually try it instead of just be like, oh, I don't know that track. I'm not going to win a hot lap challenge, kind of thing there.
Yeah. Like, because how long's the lap? Like 10 minute, 12 minute or something, eh?
About 10 minutes.
Yeah. So you could do it one way and then do it the other way and then do like a 2-lapper at the end or something.
Yeah.
Over an hour. But yeah, no. Yeah. I don't know. Because it'd be cool to like be racing even though you're not on the same bit of track as.
Yeah.
Like, even if you started on the 8th row or whatever.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something maybe so that we even do like one thing that's as long enough to need a pit stop. Because then there'd be some strategy as far as when you take your pit stop too. If we could find like a 4-lap race and a car will only do 3 laps or something, then you could take it anywhere in the race, really. But
yeah, even if the field wouldn't would last, you just mandate a stop.
yeah,
Like if it was a 4-lap race, you got to stop. You could do it,
right.
1, 2, or 3.
And with maybe a little bit of testing for someone that you might be able to find, especially like if using one of those old cars that has really hard road tires on it, there might be a way to sort of find like a tire wear multiplier where like the tires will only do 3 laps, but for people who know it and are pushing hard, they might not even do 3 laps. But for the guys that don't know it as well and are just taking it easy, that their tires will last so they won't have to do any saving. But then the faster guys would have to a little bit. But that could be interesting.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and the other thing too, I know a bunch of you will be pissed off about it, but like, I think it'd be better if we turned off the line so that it's like, I mean, obviously we wouldn't race at night or whatever, but so that way it's more of a like open road rally kind of thing, where like if you don't remember exactly what's over the crest or whatever, then you hesitate a little bit instead of just be like, oh, whatever, line's green, full throttle, who cares, kind of thing. Like I think that would make it more interesting, even if for a few people, when they crash into something, it'd probably be more frustrating for them.
Yeah, track dependent for me. The line. I don't think I used it at all at Yes Marina. But it is good looking up and seeing the corner coming up. Oh yeah, that's where the corner is.
Yeah.
And I remember where I am, like at Nürburgring. I definitely use the line.
Yeah. Well, I think if
It's
Fujimi
more
is, I
just
think
so
like
that I know
everyone
yeah,
would
there's
use
a corner
it.
there. Not for I don't use the colours to where I accelerate and shit.
Yeah. Because I think like everyone would use it a little bit at Fujimi, but there'd be different, and like without it, like people would remember certain parts of the track better than they'd remember other parts of the track.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you'd
if they
learn it,
forget
right.
the part of the track and you do crash into the wall or whatever, it's a long way back to the pit lane. So that could have a huge impact on the finish thing, which again could, like when you're the one that crashes, you don't really feel good about it. But in terms of dynamic for the race, it's interesting for other people because it's kind of like a survival thing. And so you have to, prioritize being safe or whatever and potentially benefiting from it or go on maximum risk.
I'm gonna have to bounce, guys. It's getting too late. I gotta go to bed.
Yep.
Alright, guys.
All right.
Well, take it easy, Ross.
Later.
Catch you later.